boys and girls, Miss Robin just told you about some movement activities that you're going to do at kindergarten and that you're already doing at home. And those were gross motor, and that means big things like hopping and skipping and jumping. But there are some other kinds of movement that we're going to do in kindergarten and that you probably already do at home, and we call those fine motor. And fine motor is kind of the opposite of gross motor. They're very little, and they involve your fingers. And fine motor activities make your fingers strong. So let's look at some things that you could do at home to make your fine motor skills even better, to make your fingers strong. Some of these things you might have at home, some of these things you might not have at home, but you'll get to do them at school. So let's take a look. First, here's a really easy one. If you have paper at home and you ask a grown-up first, if you take your fingers and tear it into little bitty pieces, it sounds kind of crazy, but that's making your fingers strong. That's building up your fine motor skills. And see how many little pieces you can make. And then sometimes in my class, we like to use those little pieces with our glue sticks to make some art. Another activity is to use scissors, but you have to ask a grown-up first, because to open and close your scissors and to control where your scissors go, that takes some excellent fine motor skills. But make sure you ask a grown-up before you use scissors. Another activity that's really fun is a hole punch. So if you have a hole punch at home and you have some paper, you can squeeze the hole punch and it will make all kinds of holes in your paper. And that's giving you some fine motor exercise. You could even try to make some designs, like maybe some zigzags or some stripes with your hole punch. Another one that is fun to do is to lace beads or to lace, these are foam blocks. So anytime you pick something up and you pinch it like this, even snacks that you eat like popcorn and Cheerios and things like that, anytime you pick up something with your finger and your thumb like that, that's working on your fine motor skills. We could even make a pattern with this. So we could have a green one and a blue one and a green one and a blue one. So we're practicing our patterns while we're working on our fine motor skills. Here's another one that's kind of like that. If you had beads or pipe cleaners, it's the same idea. You're picking up something very tiny and you're putting it on something else, and that works your fingers and builds up your fine motor skills. Here's another fun one that my boys and girls like. It's an ice cube tray and marbles, and we have these really fun, they're kind of like tweezers or kind of like tongs, and they pick up a marble. Woo! Sometimes you drop them.
Sometimes you drop them.
You pick up a marble and then you put it in here. And when you squeeze this, it works your fine motor skills.
Can you take them out the same way?
That's a great idea. Sometimes